This is Oromo Voice Radio English program. Oromo Voice Radio is broadcasting to Oromia at 16-meter band or 17,850 kilohertz or on oromovoice.org website. OVR broadcasts Oromia Insight program every Monday for 15 minutes at 7:15 p.m. Oromia local time. Welcome to Oromia Insight program.
Welcome to Oromia Insight. My name is Ali Garato. Today I will present to you Bekele Gerba's speech at OSA annual conference in August 2015 at Washington, D.C., USA. Bekele Gerba was the keynote speaker. Here is some of what he has to say before he went back to prison.
It's more than a century now since we fell under the yoke of slavery. Since then, we are not in charge of our own affairs and in control of our resources. We have seen no peace and stability. Our values are destroyed and our identities being eroded on a daily basis. Our fathers have put stiff resistance against the occupying force heroically, but finally overwhelmed by the military might and army superiority supplied by the West. Today I'm not here to educate you about Oromo history or history of the various organizations. In this regard, there is no better authority than you here. So I'm simply here to share with you some of the grave realities the Oromos are in today in the political, cultural, and economic fields. I will also try to mention what I think are the challenges and opportunities ahead of us and suggest the role we need to play. As you may remember, in 2004, if we take only the recent events in Ethiopia, more than 300 Oromo University students were dismissed from a single university, Addis Ababa University. In 2011, at the height of the Arab Spring, the Ethiopian government panicked and waged war-like campaign and took thousands of Oromos to prison. In 2012, the Guji Oromo protested against the mining company in the area, and about 800 of them were jailed. In 2013, in Bekele, West RC, the people protested against the government's intervention in religious affairs, and several were killed. In 2014, 11 Oromo students were killed with live bullets and other forms of police brutality. In all these killings, the perpetrators have never been brought to justice. These days, you can hardly find a single university where Oromo University students' blood does not shed. And the ritual is usually the month of May, the month in which the existing government came to power 24 years ago. In universities like Gerba, the regular army is permanently stationed in the campus, targeting Oromo students. In Mizan Tepi, the federal forces broke into Oromo students' dormitory and attacked them on several occasions. Bekele University is notoriously known for inviting and opening its gates at leisure for those who attack students under its own guardianship. It's not uncommon for Oromo mothers to receive bodies of their sons and daughters from universities like Bekele, Oromia, Madda Walaabuu, and others as well. Sadly, the condition of Oromo University students is not any better in universities where the presidents are Oromos themselves. If there are dismissals from any university, there is no doubt about it, about their identity, they are Oromos. In every part of the country, speaking a fine Oromo is enough to render you labeled a terrorist or OLF member and send you to prison. So federal prisons are filled with Oromo prisoners. In every prison cell you happen to enter, you find Oromo names engraved on the walls. Every record bears Oromo names. The guards shout Oromo names which they do not pronounce correctly in the middle of the night for investigation. An Oromo who goes to the investigation room and comes back conscious and without help is the luckiest person. The investigation begins with verbal abuses, demoralizing and dehumanizing languages, and soon shifts to inevitable torture. The type of torture used in Ethiopian prisons does not seem to have much in this modern world. Based on the evidences obtained by force, most Oromos receive sentences as high as life imprisonment or death. Mistreatment of Oromos in all the federal prisons is a norm rather than an exception. Apartheid in all its grace is there. Books written in Oromo are not allowed. Any artifact that shows Oromo identity is forbidden. Owning or running small businesses like cafes and tailoring are impossible. Education and vocational training, the right to parole or pardon are inaccessible to Oromo prisoners. Oromo prisoners always go to the courts handcuffed and are not entitled to sit in the buses that transport them. Their cases are heard in small inconvenient rooms where family members cannot attend. Medical attention is a rare luxury. Many Oromos die because of lack of appropriate treatment. Nimona Tlamun and Ahmed Nagash are two recent examples. The prison officials refused to hand over the body of Ahmed Najash or disclose where it rested. Deribi Nagasa and Alamayo Tulasa died shortly after their release because of the injuries they sustained during the interrogation. The mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of the Spawn Chavada and amputation of both limbs of Afalo Kana are still far from clear. In the last 3 years, the prison officials in Kaleti and Kilito systematically organized and executed all-out attack against Oromos. In the economic field, the situation is not different. The Oromo coffee grower cannot negotiate price or hoard his produce even temporarily. Because of lack of equal opportunity in the business world, Oromo businessmen could not be successful. The scramble for the land, for the Oromo land, the main economic base of our people, has commenced with the regime's seizure of power and reached its climax, especially after the 2005 election, during which Oromo villages were wiped out in an act tantamount to genocide. Around 58,000 thousands of Oromo families have been evicted and their land has been distributed to members of the compradors of the ruling elites in the name of rural industries, development corridors, industrial zones, real estates and condominium sites. As a result, the beneficiaries are swimming in riches while the indigenous Oromo are drowning in poverty. They milked our land for all it is worth, and when no land is available any longer, they designed a project to incorporate the surrounding areas in the shining name of the new master plan. The expansion of Infinite is not only about money, natural resources or power, but it was aimed at destroying Oromo homes, families, language and identity. For the Oromos, it is a war about the survival of their children and culture. The expansion of Infinite is not only about money, natural resources and power, but it was aimed at destroying Oromo homes, families, language and identity. For the Oromos, it is a war about the survival of their children. and the expansion in the name of investment has continued unabated, even after several Oromo University students have been killed in the protest. The mouth of EPRDF leaders is still wet with lust for wealth, and it is clear that they will make determined efforts to seize it. In their venture, the Abyssinian intelligentsia is working hands in glove in designing, defending, and implementing the project. They are actually the ground crew that enables the real pilots fly high. In all directions of Oromia, eviction of farmers and the grabbing of their lands has continued. The Karayu Oromo have lost their land to Awash National Park, the Matahara Sugar Factory, and Awash Agro Industry. Millions of Borona pastoralists have lost access to their dry season grazing land since the L4 started operation. The once dense forests of Wiji, with their huge gold reserve beneath them, are turning into barren land. The Saudi rice exporters have carried out huge deforestation in Bali. The Indians have invaded our land. The Chinese and the Turkish hire our youth for less than $1 a day. Ladies and gentlemen, our children are being offered inferior education. They are made to study in crowded classes taught by incompetent teachers. Contents that reflect Oromo identity are removed from the curriculum. Afan Oromo clubs are totally banned in all the schools across Oromia. Afan Oromo has been declared an official language, but communication in the offices is being conducted in Amharic. More than 60 newspapers, magazines, journals, as well as many dozens of community, commercial FM radios, on top of the government's huge mass media network, are working against Afan Oromo rival. Afan Oromo is now displaced in areas it used to be spoken only a few years ago. All the cinema halls opened in Finfine and the big cities of Oromia, the books printed, the audios and the videos released are working towards that end. A shift from Afan Oromo to Amharic. We are losing our land, we are losing our language, we are losing our identity, we are losing our human dignity. We are a demographic majority that is reduced to political, social, and cultural minority. As people, national humiliation has befallen us. In our fight with an evil system, we are faced with tremendous challenges, of which three are worth mentioning. First, the Oromo diaspora and the large portion of Oromos at home don't seem to have faith in peaceful struggle. By citing from history books, they argue that dictators are not at all willing to surrender power peacefully, and they ask us whether non-violent methods have ever been successful anywhere. Their observation is right, and at first glance, their argument seems valid. But we must understand that history as news is mainly the record of evil things rather than good words. War rather than peace. Hostility rather than friendship. History does not report if neighbors settle their feud through arbitration, but it becomes a morning news headlines if they kill one another. Because good news is no news. The fact that there are a number of people in the world today and the humankind did not perish, indicate that the triumph of non-violent ways of resolving conflict over violent ones. It is true that historians have generally neglected the role of peaceful struggle, but it is clearly a very old phenomenon. This type of struggle has been used to gain national independence, to resolve the political and economic conflicts, to undermine dictatorships, to gain civil rights, and to resist foreign occupations.